This is a clip from the Camera Life podcast.
Jeff, talking about that sort of environment where you are, you're at the Olympics and you talk about that it's almost cheating because it's lit for television and you've got, amazing spectacles to actually capture and you've got the right gear to do it. I saw one of your photos where you'd actually pan the camera around to show the photography pit or area that's cordoned off. Talk to us about that huddle. Like, you often, in some of the videos about you, I've watched your videos, sorry, you've talked about that competition, about how to get above the competition, how to stand out from the crowd. And I guess I'm curious for people that are wanting to elevate their game, but go to events and they feel outgunned. What advice do you have for them to sort of elevate and be different from the competition?
No, that's a great question. Honestly, like when you're shooting in this environment, like the picture you've got there, I mean, there's a lot of people. That was before Simone went on the beam. And this was a good hour before she went on. So I knew to get there early. It was already pretty packed. I was very lucky, actually, because I got there. It was more packed than I thought it would be. And weirdly enough, and this is so strange to me, these guys I look up to because they do this all the time. They shoot sports and they're amazing. But a lot of them now follow my blog. And so weirdly enough, I show up to the Olympics and a lot of them are like, can I get a picture with you? Can I get a selfie? And it's like, wait, what? So I had like numerous people say, hey, you can come stand here. I'll make room for you, which is pretty incredible. But this is the competition. And when I say competition, I don't mean that like we all work together. And I think most of the time at the Olympics, we're all trying to help each other. Hey, am I in your shot? Are you shooting with a wide angle? I'll try to keep out of your shot. I'll move over here, and so we there's a lot of camaraderie. There is once in a while a time where someone will be a jerk, or I guess maybe I will be. I try not to be, but you'll get the rogue person who hasn't slept in 4 days because they're going full bore and they just have no patience. But to me, and I think the advice I give to everybody is, and I get a lot of people who have never shot the Olympics and they're about to shoot their first one and they contact me like, okay, what's your advice? Push yourself, right? Compete against yourself, not the 2,200 other photographers that are there. What can I do differently to fill my cup? And so for me, I photographed Michael Phelps many times. I photographed Simone Biles many times. How do I shoot that differently? And sometimes you can't. Like when she's on the beam, I'm not going to try motion panning it because I have a small window to get her. I want to get that at a fast frame rate and get whatever I can get. But if it's not Simone and maybe it's someone from a different country and I'm just warming up, maybe I'll try motion panning to fill my own cup or to show on the blog, hey, look at this cool shot I got. And so most of the stuff I do, other than the contractual stuff that I have to shoot for the team, when I'm out shooting other sports or like in Milan, there's only 4 sports in Milan. There's ice hockey, figure skating, short track, and long track speed skating. Everything else is like a 10-hour drive. So I won't be able to cover a lot of other sports at that games. So I'm like, okay, maybe I'll go show behind the scenes. What's it like at a local pub, in Milan where people don't have tickets to the Olympics and they want to watch it, whatever. So I'm going to try to find some other stuff to do. But like, okay, that's pushing myself. What can I do to get some other cool content just for me and to share on the blog? Or behind the scenes stuff, or and I've got some other contractual stuff for sponsors or other people, or even the team. I'm not just shooting sport. I'm shooting team photos, locker room photos, team parties, marketing stuff they might need. There's a lot of other stuff, but like I'm trying to push myself to get something different because I'm so ADD that I don't want to shoot. I've shot a lot of ice hockey, and yes, it'll be great. I want to tell the story of what happened in that game. Better get that. But what else can I do to kind of push the camera or myself to kind of fill that creative bucket, if you will? And it's not competing against all the other photographers, although there is that. Like when you go to the press center, you want to be humbled as a photographer, walk through the press center because they show all the best images that are coming through from the agencies and from everything. And I sit there, I walk up, I'm like, oh my God, I suck. Like literally, like seriously, like there's some stuff you're like, oh my God, that's so incredible. Like, and it's humbling because you think you're a good photographer until you see that and you realize, you're just one of many. And so
Mm.
it's like for me, it's like, okay, I want to try, like I've had my picture on those screens a couple of times, like, wow, that's cool. But then it's the next one comes up, you're like, oh, mine looks terrible compared to that one.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's competing with yourself, not competing with
Yeah.
everybody else. And
That was great.
the
Great advice.
same thing we talked about before, about trying to be a good person, maintain your brand with the client or with the vendors at a wedding or whatever it might be, a bar mitzvah, or do that at the Olympics. I try to treat every other photographer with respect and kindness. And, you know, if I'm shooting somewhere and a guy held a spot for me and he's like, oh my God, I'm starving. I go, you held the spot for me. I'm gonna go get you a burger. I'll be right back. Right. Like
In Australia, we call that mateship.
yeah. And I think it's really important.
Looking out for your mates. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, look, you're all exhausted. Let me tell you, the first couple of days of the Olympics, everybody's on that high. 2.5 weeks in, you've been pulling, 18-hour days, three weeks in a row almost, and you're fried. And you still gotta, you gotta keep that same mateship. I mean, it's really important, I think, to do that.
Yeah.